And yeah, so again, welcome to our first AWR Community Spaces chat. This is being recorded on YouTube as well. I am Chris, as I introduced myself earlier. I am the creator, the founder of All World Retire, but not the lone developer. Everyone is a developer in our community, as we say. For those that are unfamiliar with All World Retire and the concept behind it, to kind of give an overview, a summary, All World Retire is what we call a culture coin. Culture coins are built around capturing the fascination of society and the world at large. You know, they represent a moment of time of fascination, interest, zeitgeist that really is pulling everyone's attention directly to them. And ours, in our case, is focused on providing emotional utility, emotional needs through the aspirations and the hopes of securing our financial futures together. If that all kind of sounds wishy-washy, that's okay. Here's some great examples that you may be familiar with already. Trump coin, whether good or bad, represents a huge draw, huge cultural fascination in the moment. Trump got on his ex, and all he said was, "Hey, buy my coin, let's celebrate what we do best, winning." And so his coin embodies Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, embodies conservatism, embodies America, embodies winning. And it's done at such a global scale, at least within our country and probably globally. That's one way to think of a global culture coin. But the best example is something you're already familiar with, and that is Bitcoin. So All World Retire has very much and was very much designed to start out the same way as Bitcoin. Provide people emotional utility, and that they are able to identify with the ideals of it, self-express their interest, and find community amongst each other, and in this case, globally. And so Bitcoin started out the exact same way All World Retire is starting out right now. Very much focused on decentralizing responsibility for the growth of the community of the coin to the individuals, without any predetermined path. And if you look at the trajectory Bitcoin has taken, the fascination that it continues to capture in society through it being like a technological marvel that has revolutionized the monetary system still exists today. And that is actually priced into Bitcoin. There's a lot of other aspects that are priced into Bitcoin, such as, the institutionalization of it and more of the general adoption on the day-to-day, especially around exchanging Bitcoin as a medium for which to exchange utility. But that cultural fascination of a global scale still exists for Bitcoin. And so that's the original culture coins. So those are two examples. And it's important to reflect where we are in time today as I speak. There's been a lot of turmoil within crypto Twitter, within the crypto community, especially after the launch of the Libra coin, the Argentina coin, from the president, and the bad actors that have taken advantage of a lot of people. And also the attention that Pump Fund has gotten with regards to people saying it's killed the Solana ecosystem or meme coins. That's actually not true. My heart definitely breaks for those involved in Libra or Car or Trump, for example, who got wrecked. But really, this is an important point in time for the crypto community to realize that the power has been shifted, as some have expressed, from venture capitalists, from well-funded organizations or groups of individuals that offer utility coins, through whatever technical means to you, offer you these utility coins to justify its valuation. And the way that the developers, the VCs, the insiders got paid beforehand was, often large amounts of fundraising needed to occur, capital needed to be deployed, and high-skilled labor needed to be organized to deliver these technical solutions. And Pump Fund has shifted away that entrenchment of the creation of coins needing to offer underlying utility through a technical solution, and often selling to retail late in the cycle, to now empowering individuals, the retail sector with a tool known as Pump Fund or whatever other similar tool to allow people to rapidly iterate and find product market fit with regards to social expression at a global scale. And so even though the market's depressed, and even though there's doubt about, the positivity of Pump Fund and meme coins in general, we will continue to see rapid iteration from individuals and communities focused on finding these new kind of social, emotional utility aspects through coins without the need of underlying technological utility to be offered. And that's really exciting because, coming back to it, this is how Bitcoin essentially started out. And so All Will Retire leans into this moment in time and trying to re-envision a path crypto could have taken post-Bitcoin, essentially when Ethereum was released, trying to shy away from Web3 technology, trying to not need to justify valuations through technical Web3 solutions. So that's really what All Will Retire is about, very much focused on building a highly visible community of people around the world, built on this aspirational message of hope towards securing our financial futures and retirement. And that's really powerful. So I want to ask at this point if there's any questions, any feedback, any thoughts, things that people want to hear more about, to definitely both educate people on All Will Retire and offer people the opportunity to speak their mind. And you can raise your hand, you can request speaker, let me know. But it is important that you ask, because we want to make sure people get a chance to come up here and chat. Anyone? And if I don't hear anything, I can go on and I continue. Please raise your hand. Please request the mic. If for some reason, it's not working, ping in Telegram and we can figure out what's going on. But coming back to All Will Retire, we very much focus and work through milestones to meet our high-level goals. Our high-level goals being driving demand from within crypto Twitter, driving demand from outside crypto Twitter, real-world people. That's what's really important to us. Our message is built for people outside of crypto Twitter, everyday people with emotions and aspirations, where our message of, financial security and retirement will resonate with them. And to contrast that with meme coins that you may see now, for example, like MOG, with SPS 6900, Giga. The best culture coins will have messages that are able to onboard retail demographic from those that are not crypto inclined. And the example I like to give is, imagine your neighbor in your community who isn't yet, exposed or inclined to crypto, or maybe they've only dabbled in it and they don't yet know how to proceed. If they engage you and they ask, what crypto should I invest in or purchase that isn't Bitcoin, the messages that really resonate with everyday people are simple, speak to their hearts and emotions, such as our message. And I compare that to like MOG or, like Fartcoin. It's just not really relatable to people, and people don't care. especially in today's environment where people are risk adverse in general when investing. For whatever heuristic or set of structures they use to mitigate their risk, clearly having something that they don't resonate with isn't going to entice them to buy into these culture coins, these meme coins. So very much being able to build a message of simplicity projected outside of crypto Twitter is really the main purpose of culture coins. It's for everyday people. And so onboard retire was designed from the ground up to make sure that we and our message landed into the appropriate laps of people outside of crypto Twitter. And this is really important because this is really where the resilience in our coin, the value in the chart, if you will occur. Because people would rather hold close to their heart hopes and aspirations from an investment vehicle coming outside of crypto versus taking a wild swing on some fart coin, for example, that is unrelatable to them. And so we like to say that AWR is designed to marginalize the value of anyone inside crypto Twitter long term. Any influencer, any KOL, any large account with a large following is not going to be more effective at onboarding your neighbor in real life than you are. It's very important that our family members, our community members, get out into the real world and start evangelizing AWR. Exactly as they are right now on crypto Twitter. Taking pride in themselves and these hopes and dreams that they get to hold closer to their heart. Living an inspired life. Showing people that maybe you aren't yet retired, but you're on a path and you feel secure about that path. You are on a path to a better financial future for yourself, for your family, for your friends. And so when we put ourselves out there, we have more power to onboard a retail demographic than Murad could, than Rubicon Benji, than anyone could. And that's what's really important about culture coins and their power. I see I have someone who has requested to speak, so I'm going to go ahead and invite up Wes. Wes, how are you? You should be able to speak. How are you doing?
What's up, Chris?
Hey, Wes, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just got back from my interview, and I'm glad I could make it back here on time.
Okay, great. I hope it went great and well. So you'll have to let me know after this.
Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, share what's on your mind.
Well, first I just wanted to introduce myself for everybody who's here. I am Wes Manifests on X and our Telegram and across all the other platforms. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. Not very familiar with those two. I used to be on Instagram a couple years ago. So I haven't, I wouldn't say I'm not nearly as savvy as I have been with X in the recent months, but definitely trying to make somewhat of a presence there, for the rest of our community that are on TikTok and Instagram and are unable to be here on X. Because as we've kind of found out, there's people in our Telegram that don't even have X at their disposal. So, I just want to introduce myself. I'm 48 years old. I do not have a retirement plan. I'm currently a stay-at-home dad, and I guess I'll just kind of give you an idea as to how I found you guys and why I believe in the project.
Please, yeah.
Yeah, so Win All Day, this was, I think I entered around a 500K market cap originally. It was probably one of the first videos that Win All Day had released and mentioned all will retire. I'm on YouTube a lot. That's kind of how I've got more into depth into crypto. I entered crypto back in 2022 but had no idea about meme coins or anything like that. I just had some small investments with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Fast forward to November of 2024. I had made a little bit more than a 3x on my Ethereum. And I kind of felt at that point I needed to start diversifying the funds that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, YouTube, Win All Day was how I found out about I Will Retire. I obviously started on X after watching videos. I knew that if I was going to advance in crypto, that you have to be on X. That's where all of the, crypto universe, so to speak, and where a lot of knowledge comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had mentioned that I had entered Butthole. So I will just go over really quickly how I got scammed. Give you guys an idea. So hopefully anybody that's listening that may be new to crypto, I can give you a little bit of information on how to avoid that. As you do a wonderful job, Chris, on all the warning type of stuff you put in the Telegram to try to help new members or people that aren't familiar with crypto to keep them safe.
Thank you.
But even unfortunately, some of these guys are so savvy. I mean, it can just be an easy situation to get you scammed. So I'll keep it short, as sweet as possible. I was following Altcoin Gordon. He started shilling Butthole. I immediately moved some of my funds there. Started my Phantom wallet, got into the coin, and pretty quickly I made a 2x on it. And shortly after that, like one of the mornings I woke up, I had a message on the X account stating, "Oh, thank you for being a client of Butthole. We appreciate you, being a customer, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Click to accept your airdrop." I don't even know if it was an airdrop or they said they were going to pay me like a single soul or something. And I didn't have a clue that I could actually be scammed if, I wasn't providing any, the catchphrase or, the paragraph phrase or whatever of my wallet. So I didn't think it was possible that I could get scammed that way. And literally, as soon as I clicked the link, my wallet was drained.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Fortunately, it wasn't my entirety of my money. But anyway, obviously, I was devastated. And so at that point, I was kind of just done with Butthole. Even though it wasn't their fault, I just was just like, man, I don't know. I was devastated at the time. So fast forward to Win All Day's video. He mentioned I Will Retire, and immediately the narrative alone is what really spoke to me. Just the name of the coin resonated with me, especially being the age that I am. I don't have a retirement plan. That was the first thing that really intrigued me about it. And it really didn't take much at that point. And I'll be honest, I really didn't do a whole bunch of research. I think I might have found the X page. I saw that, but I immediately just felt like the name alone resonated with me enough to make my initial investment. And that was probably the best thing I could have ever done, because now obviously I'm a part of this family, and to see the passion and conviction that everybody has, I just think, yeah, Chris, you really have something really good here. The narrative alone, I think, speaks to the masses. And yeah, I just honestly feel like it's been a great decision. And, now where we're at, obviously there's a ton of turmoil, but yep. it hasn't shaken me one bit about what's going on and your vision on what you're trying to do. I love the thought of the organic growth. I think that is by far the best approach you could possibly take, and to grow this to be a coin that's going to be around for a long time. Yeah, I'm just super thankful that I found you guys, and like I say, it's unfortunate that I found out. I don't want to say it's unfortunate I found out through YouTube, but I guess that just goes to show, like, I didn't find it any other way. So, I'm very happy that we've taken strides into going to these other platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and so on, because I just feel like there's still so many people that haven't discovered us yet, that would easily just be on board with the name alone, I think. And then if they get into Telegram and just feel the passion of the people that are there, I just feel like it's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. It's unfortunate because everybody is so short. You know, everybody wants to make the dollar tomorrow, today. Like their attention span is so short in crypto. And I'm thankful. I come from a poker background. I played poker professionally for about 8 years.
Got to get to the long term.
Yeah, exactly. And swings up and down happen every single day in poker, and you have to learn how to control those emotions and not be sidelined or depressed about having a few losing sessions. And I feel that crypto relates to that very well. And it's no wonder that a lot of the poker players that I played with were into crypto, because I can see how the two translate as far as having the correct mindset, the emotional control, and those sort of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just a little bit of breakdown about me, why I'm here. I'm an older guy who doesn't have any kind of retirement set up. Thankfully, I'm doing just fine. I have a wonderful wife who has a great career.
Oh, good for you.
And I'm able to stay home with my son and watch him grow.
That's
but
awesome.
I definitely want to utilize the funds that I do have and the knowledge that I do have to start, growing some money elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so Wes, I really appreciate you taking the time to come up and introduce yourself. I'm so glad you're part of this family. I mean, we see you out there, we see you grinding, we see you helping grow, doing the little things every day to help us keep momentum and continue to grow. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here.
For sure, Chris. I appreciate you too, man. And I appreciate the opportunities you've given me, and hopefully I can keep pushing as hard as I can and stay active with you guys. It's definitely, it's very easy for me to be passionate about, this project with everything that you've done. So it's very easy for me. I don't even feel like it's work. It's something that I'm happily doing every day. And I hope that I can motivate others to, push just as hard.
That's awesome. So let me respond to that. Pick Annie, I see you raised your hand. Go ahead, request your spot again. I'll get to you in a sec. But two things. So that Wes really, talked about that we should reflect on. So I talk about Bitcoin, and really All Will Retire was built kind of from the ground up to provide an alternative choice to Bitcoin, right? There's nothing wrong with Bitcoin. I'm not trying to make a comparison that we're better than Bitcoin, that Bitcoin's better than us. But the journey that Bitcoin has taken is very much, in my opinion, a sterile, kind of calculated and institutionalized journey. And that's really not Bitcoin's fault. It was such a marvel and radical idea and technology, and its profoundness, its impact on a monetary system was just really hard to, one, contemplate for most of the population, and two, still to this day, it's the same idea how we are adopting it and institutionalizing it, at the federal state government level in the United States, that states within, the United States, other countries around the world. And when I watch morning trading shows like CNBC Squawk on the Street, and Michael Saylor gets up and he tells me he bought $2 billion, $3 billion of Bitcoin, I just don't fucking care. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I imagine he's a great guy. Maybe he and his strategy, MicroStrategy or whatever, is working, and that's great for him. But it just doesn't help me every day as a person. I understand that I can invest in Bitcoin, and that isn't necessarily a bad investment choice. But it just doesn't speak to my heart. It doesn't resonate with me. And so coming back to it, All Will Retire was designed from the ground up to put side by side, essentially on a Squawk on the Street trading show, to give people a choice, and one that really spoke to their heart, one that really encompassed the emotional, social journey of what Bitcoin isn't. And so really it's about kind of pulling in that demand, that potential demand, into our community into our coin and building up enough name brand recognition over time to have people know that when they see it for the first time, right? We got people out there being highly visible on X. We're starting to engage on Instagram. We're going to start pushing on YouTube and TikTok, right? This is the people's coin, the common coin for everyone. And whether they invest right away, we want our community members, our family members out in their local areas talking about it, living those inspired lives, planting the seed of, oh, hey, there's this all will retire coin that my neighbor Wes takes part in, and he's proud to be there, and he keeps showing up day by day. That's really important to generate that name brand recognition, to give people an alternative choice to Bitcoin, because that's ultimately what culture coins should do. They should provide an alternative choice to Bitcoin at a global scale. So it's really important to know. The other thing is, Wes, he talked about his passion. You know, when people have passion, they find purpose. Purpose in life is super important. But one of the main reasons we need purpose is it allows us to tolerate any how. The market's depressed right now. The Libra scandal is shitty. People feel like it's just a rainy day in crypto right now, and I get it. But when people have that passion, that purpose, they're able to tolerate any how. That's why our community is so strong and so resilient right now. And it's reflected in our graph, in our chart. You know, we've been around for less than 3 months. And we should be incredibly proud of where we are and the support levels that we currently have. And we've grown even when there's been blood in the streets over the last 2 weeks. That passion that people are able to bring to this community is going to be palpable to others, especially outside crypto Twitter. And that's really what our coin, our message is for. So I just wanted to talk a little more about those and highlight those. Do you have anything what you want to add, Wes, before we go to Pekani?
Yes. Yeah, that was very well said. And actually, I wanted to bring up one more thing that, you know, I had mentioned in the Telegram, and obviously not everybody that's probably listening is in Telegram, but I had onboarded one of my very close friends of like 25 years. He has never purchased a cryptocurrency in his life, but he trusts my judgment and he knows when I'm passionate about something. And I have been talking to him about it for, you know, maybe about 2 weeks or so, mentioning him why I thought this coin was different, why I believed in it. And obviously the narrative just sticks out. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, I onboarded somebody who's not involved in crypto at all. And, you know, when you believe in something and you're passionate about something, it's definitely not hard to feel confident when you are bringing somebody else into something. You know, obviously I would never, you know, tell a friend to invest money in something if I didn't truly believe in it. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to reiterate that, you know, showing your passion about something, if you truly believe in it, that it's not very hard to, you know, get others to join you. So, again, I just, you know, I'm really happy, thankful. I love your vision. I think that's another big reason why, I feel so strongly about it, is because of your organic approach at growth, not wanting to pay KOLs to promote us. I know people, you know, are concerned about where the price is. And, you know, we saw this euphoric jump to 15 million, and then a drawback all down. But, you know, I think a lot of new people to crypto probably think that's not the way it works. And they just think that it's just going to keep going. And, you know, just like you mentioned, Chris, we are in like a full-blown shit show in the crypto universe. And the fact that we're staying afloat and doing what we're doing, I think that speaks volumes in itself. Because if people know meme coins, the rate, it's like 95% or even more, like 99% of meme coins are gone within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So the fact that you've done what you've done already with this project, and the people, you know, I'm super happy, super thankful. I think you're doing a phenomenal job, and I 100% have your back on this, and, you know, everything that you're doing.
Thank you. That's very kind. It's the family. It really is the family. And coming back to it, that's what AWR was designed for. empowering you to onboard your
Yeah.
local community. And you're the best person. You have trusted relationships already. People are going to see you're passionate. People are going to see that you're living with hope and aspirations. And this is what AWR is for. Murad is not better at onboarding people than you are. Michael Saylor is not onboarding people in your local community than you are. AWR is a people's coin, something that people can resonate with and hold close to their heart. And that's the power of this. So thanks for sharing, Wes.
Absolutely, Chris. Thank you for giving me the time to speak and just letting you guys know it's always good to hear the voice behind somebody who's blasting raids at all times and and all that stuff. And I enjoy it. I love it. I thrive on it. I think we're doing a phenomenal job. And everybody that's listening, just know that this is the correct path. We're going to get there. I truly believe. We're going to be laughing at this stuff 6 months, 8 months, 1 year from now. Who knows? Maybe it's next cycle. Nobody can really predict the future, but there's no doubt in my mind if Chris keeps doing what he's doing and everybody sticks to their guns, we're going to be celebrating and we're going to be bringing lots of stuff to retirement parties.
Oh, the retirement parties will be crazy. All right,
Looking forward to Pizza Day.
Pizza Day, yes.
That's right. All right, Chris, I'm going to let you take it from here, Chris. I appreciate you letting me talk, and everybody else, thank you. I'm going to keep listening.
Awesome, thanks. Pagani, I invited you up. I approved. Come on up. I think you're a new follower on X. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know how you found AWR and why it's important to you, or any questions you have, etc. You should be able to unmute and speak now. And while they work on getting unmuted and ready to speak, anyone else, please come up, share your thoughts, your feelings, questions. Absolutely, this is what this is for. Yeah, invite speakers. Pick any. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if we can throw you in here. All right. I see you're up here. Hey, you able to chat, Pick Annie? You're still muted. All right. While they get their technical details going, all right, you're ready. You're speaking. Go ahead. We see you raising your hand. Is there anyone else that would like to speak while Pagani is working on their technical challenges? Request speaker, raise your hand. Well, while they're working it out, I wanted to touch on that we work in a milestone kind of situation. We don't have white papers. We don't release big roadmaps. We find that front loading a lot of promises often leads to people missing the mark on the products that they need to meet, products they need to hit. And so we work in milestones that are guided and aligned towards high-level goals. I can speak more about that. It looks like we got Pick Annie again. Are you able to chat now?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, welcome.
Yes, how you doing?
Hi. Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself. Say hi. Tell us how you found AWR and what it means to you, or
One of my mutual introduced me to this page. Hopefully.
Okay. So, are you recently introduced, or?
Yeah, please. I did like to ask some questions about this community.
Yeah, please bring him on. Let's chat about him.
Please. How does and what's the long-term roadmap looking like?
This is a great question. I was just talking about how we work in milestones. And so we actually use North Star system to guide us here. One sec. Let me see if I can bookmark something. And I will answer your question. Hold on. I will look for it and I will try to bookmark it. Here is, how do I share to space? I shared something and I pinned it. So milestone 2. So yeah, coming back to it, we don't provide long-term, year-long roadmaps. We think of ourselves as a social startup, and we find that those that provide long-term roadmaps, white papers, really are just publishing hopes and aspirations that their idea actually meets the mark and people actually will resonate and want to utilize what they offer and allow them to transact, exchange money with them or purchase coins. And the reason that's concerning in a startup environment is that if you set out with a 2, 3, 4, 5 year roadmap and you design it and implement the solution without a tight feedback loop and you just deliver everything in one lump sum at the end of it, you don't really know if you're going to hit the mark, meet customers' expectations, satisfy their actual needs. Market conditions can change, etc. So what we do is we have high-level goals that serve as a North Star for what we really want to do, what we want to accomplish. And so we work in milestones, that are scoped, in an attractable amount of work that we can make highly visible and we can make progress on over time in small chunks. You could think of a milestone maybe being 2 to 4 months long. And they map to our high-level goals. And so our high-level goals are: 1, drive demand from within crypto Twitter. That's our first goal. That's the easiest of the goals so far. Our second one is to drive demand outside of crypto Twitter, and that really has to do with developing new age retail demographics of people that may not be inclined to crypto Twitter. And our third one is getting All Will Retire accepted as a medium for which to exchange utility. So what's important is, if those high-level goals sound, very vague and open-ended in terms of trying to deliver on, what we do in each milestone is we try to identify ways, key performance indicators, ways to measure our success, ways to measure our progress, to verify that we actually are hitting the mark, we actually are meeting our goals in each milestone. So for milestone 2, in terms of driving demand, both inside and outside of crypto Twitter, we're looking at trying to reach 7,000, it's either 7,000 or 8,000 net AWR holders that have more than $10 in their wallet. And in addition, we are working on pushing a new brand, All Will Retire Life by Design, out in Instagram. And we are identifying metrics that we can use that shows engagement, continuing improved engagement from, I guess, what we would call the retail crowd, the real people outside of crypto Twitter, and also iterate on our website and find metrics that we can correlate to our Instagram engagement to show that there's actually click-throughs from Instagram to our website, and correlate that to potential purchases of All Will Retire. So coming back to your question, we don't have year-long roadmaps. We work in milestones that are driven and focused by high-level goals.
Okay, that was nice. That was nice. I'm hearing you break it down like that makes me even more bullish on this project. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for asking the question. I think there was another question you had as well.
Yeah. I asked about the what's the long. Oh, sorry. I asked. I've forgotten, to be sincere. I've forgotten. I was carried away with your answer and all that. I'm really impressed, to be sincere.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I said I got carried away with your response. Because I'm really impressed.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And so, again, I got to keep acknowledging our family, right? They're the ones that have really embraced this idea of decentralizing responsibility for the growth of All Will Retire. What we like to say is everyone is a developer. Don't ask for permission to grow All Will Retire. Go do it. And that's really empowering. You know, that's very much like Bitcoin. I keep coming back to it. When it first came out, there was no ecosystem, no infrastructure around it. It was just passionate people finding each other and saying, let's build Web3 infrastructure. Let's build communities. Let's merchandise, you know, let's have conventions and get-togethers. And so that's really the power of All Will Retire, and we need to continue to embrace that. You know, I understand that I founded All Will Retire, and I understand people look up to me for leadership, but there's no wrong way to develop All Will Retire. And that's because we have these high-level goals. Instead of year-long roadmaps, we have high-level goals that people themselves can align their passion and their focus to. As long as we're driving demand inside crypto Twitter and outside of crypto Twitter, no matter how slow it may be at the start, it's the right thing to do. Be biased towards action. You don't need to ask permission to grow All Will Retire. This is your project too. You are the developer. That's super important. Do you have any other questions? Are there others that would like to chat?
No, I'm done. I will be listening. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And so a little more, the power of this is very much present in our community. We have a group of individuals from the Balkans who, on their own, found both AWR, let the message resonate with it, you know, that emotional kind of utility, that ability to identify, self-express, and find community around this ideal of, you know, a better, more prosperous financial future for ourselves. They resonated with that. They found each other. They self-organized, and they've launched on their own a Balkans offshoot of All Will Retire. You know, they work very hard to take our content that was either previously produced or they produced themselves and localize the language as well as the imagery to the Balkans. Anywhere from, you know, as I said, the description of the post, the videos, the imagery, the music even is catered to their locale, their region. That was all enabled and made it possible because of this idea of decentralized responsibility, right? Everyone's responsible for growing the project. Most certainly, come ask me or ask others if you have questions, but really I'm just a sounding board. I played a very minimal part in the AWR Balkans community starting up on their own, and that's really powerful stuff in here. I can post it too. Yeah, I'll post it so you can see. I just made another post. I shared this space, shows the introduction of an ecosystem. This is what it looks like, growing an ecosystem of people around All Will Retire. And I come back to like saying like, I myself won't go out of the way to implement Web3 technology, Web3 ecosystem around All Will Retire. But that doesn't mean you can't. And that's what needs to happen long term. If that's their passion and they like Web3, build a Web3 solution, technology, a service around All Will Retire. That's totally cool. But it's got to be driven by individuals from their passion. Is there anyone else that wants to chat? Questions, thoughts, ideas? Come up, introduce yourself. There's nothing wrong with that either. We're here to say hi. We're family. If you want to request the space, Mike, Moran, Maj, sorry if I'm butchering your name, Ofi. If anyone wants to come on up, request the mic, they absolutely can. All right. So I see no one wants to request a mic. With that being said, I got someone. All right, here we go. Loran, you are accepted. You should be a speaker shortly. Let's see here.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. It's great to hear your voice. How are you doing? Can you pronounce your name for me and everyone so we don't butcher it?
Yes, I'm from Croatia, but my name is my dad got inspiration for the name from France. It's a France name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do we pronounce it Laurent?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
You pronounced it perfectly. Yes, yes, yes. Laurent.
Awesome. Well, yeah, introduce yourself. Come say hi. How did you find AWR and tell us about it?
I'm 21. I started investing in crypto about 3 years ago, and I had very interesting journey because I was 3 years in DCAing and I was in minus,
Mm-hmm.
and my mindset got pretty strong in that hard time, and when Pump Fun got released, with that mindset, it helped me a lot to watch redness and everything. But how the time was going and Pump Fun things, tokens are coming up,
Mm-hmm.
I was investing and finding some X10s, X20s, even X30s, and I was in pretty good position, I can say.
Yeah.
But how can I say? Everything what comes fast, especially when you are young as me, it even goes faster.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my story. But everything is okay, no worries. I'm pretty good, in pretty good. How can I say? Position.
Okay, good.
But I got something. I got some lessons, so I can say. And for uh, AVR, WR was one of the tokens that made me 10x.
Okay, great.
And yeah, yeah. I found it on 350K from Win All Day, and I was. It was mysterious to me because I was wondering why this man shows up to me on YouTube with 200 views,
Uh-huh.
but there wasn't a logic that he shows up to me, and I was like, okay. And there was a thing like Murad is following this project
Mm-hmm.
that need to be something maybe what was interesting to Murad, I would say. I was I studied a little bit the project, and I was like, wait, I'm 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I want to retire.
Yeah.
And when I sold it on X10, I was like, man, did I literally done a bad thing? That was first thing in my head.
Mm-hmm.
It falls down. I immediately bought it again and never again sold it. I can say because there was a lot of people what are talking. Grab some X2s, X3s, and when you grab it, if you believe it can do more, you are watching and asking yourself, why did you sell it? Now, when I was feeling so bad about that I sold it, I bought it again and I started to work on this project,
Okay.
and we made AWR Balkan Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and we started to watch on this project long term. No more joking around and making bad decisions. Only long term.
That's super exciting. That's incredible that you came back and you saw something in it worth holding on to, worth working towards. Can you tell me? Can you tell others?
Man, I was feeling sorry, and I myself was telling me, you need to do something for this, you know.
Well, and you're doing so much work. So tell me, maybe speak for some of the others. Maybe if they aren't here in the Balkans. So how does this resonate? How does this help? The people of the Balkans. Sorry, I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant American. How would this be attractive to people in the Balkans? And this is important. We talk about ownership and decentralizing responsibility, but it's part of that responsibility is launching localized regional offshoots of AWR, in a permissionless way. So tell me how people of the Balkans might really resonate with this message.
Crypto, I think crypto is still something not very popular in Balkan. To be honest, out of 10 peoples who I know, maybe 2 of them are investing, and not a large amount of money, to be honest. And that was the first thing what was on my mind, that maybe this is a good thing to show to people to invest in something good, because this is maybe the first project that I would be brave to introduce it on my Instagram, because of my conviction in it. Because I wouldn't be brave to introduce, I don't know, even render on my Instagram, because I am not sure if that could do something, because I was a holder of render, and for, I don't know, 6 months I was still in minus. And what if I told people to invest in it? But when I saw AWR, my conviction is that it can go much higher, I would say, in half a year. I would bravely say to them that we are gonna smash this milestone in less than 2 months, to be honest, for me.
That's incredible.
And I was wondering, I'm wondering, where will we be when will we be when we finish that road on milestone?
On milestone number 2?
Yes. No. Whole road.
Oh.
That will be, I don't know, maybe milestone 15.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. We're going to be at your retirement party. That's where we're going to be, bud.
That's what happens. I love spoilers. I love spoilers.
Yeah,
thank
now
you
know. So you got some time to think about what we'll be doing there, but I think that's what's really important about you feeling confident. Let's reflect on this. You feeling confident to recommend this? So the sign campaign, if you're in here, look at some of our viewers. There's people holding up signs. Their profile pictures are them holding up, I will retire, all will retire, we will retire. And it takes a lot of boldness to not hide behind a profile picture that's pixelated, or, to reduce ourselves to the sum of our X timelines. It's incredibly powerful, these simple signs. It doesn't show, I understand we call ourselves high conviction individuals, but remember, AWR is for real people out in the real world. They're not going to see you and your sign and say, oh, that's a high conviction individual. They're going to see someone and say, that's a prideful and passionate individual. See, hearing someone that's high conviction from a trading perspective is cool. It gives us interest, maybe in investing in, said investment vehicle. But people want to be around, people gravitate towards prideful, passionate people. It really is contagious. And these signs are a huge endorsement of all will retire. They don't even need to know what it is. They just know they see a very prideful, passionate person putting themselves out there, not hiding. And that's really important because people are going to resonate with that locally. Like Laurent said, there's not necessarily a lot of people in the Balkans that are currently investing in crypto. And it can be intimidating because there's not a lot of knowledge being shared right now, or maybe people don't know where to go to the source for that knowledge in the Balkans on how to get started. But Laurent is a member of a community and he's out there rocking his sign. And people will be curious. They'll be like, hey, Laurent, why are you, standing in the rain at this corner of the road waving this we will, all will retire sign? You're really passionate about it. And that's how the message starts spreading locally. That's how people start educating themselves not only on crypto, but all will retire. These signs, their simplicity, but the complexity in what they convey to people is so powerful and so important. So continue. We got to keep continuing this campaign. I just released a new write-up on what we need to do to continue to tell our story, to help evolve it, to really start pushing our message outside of crypto Twitter now. And it's a very opportune time to do so. Not only to evolve our story and push it outside of crypto Twitter, but crypto Twitter is hurting. After Libra and, the poor sentiment, people need to see these signs. People need to know that Laurent, Wes, Maj, Ofi, it doesn't matter what the chart says. It doesn't matter if it's down. They get to show up, hold something dearly to their hearts that they love, and they keep working. They keep grinding. They are passionate individuals. And every day they get one new view, one new follower, one new person that was potential demand and they now turn them into supplier. It's growth. That's really hard to knock down long term. We are resilient because of these signs and your passion. And I thank people for putting themselves out there, being courageous and being vulnerable, endorsing all will retire with their faces and their signs. That's really powerful stuff that these other communities just aren't doing. These are meme coins. Their messages are built and focused inwardly for only people within crypto Twitter. I understand Coinbase onboards some of them. I understand they allow people to exchange them. But people aren't going to want, everyday people don't want Pepe, especially when they're not familiar with crypto, when they don't know where to start. As I said, they're interested in reducing risk. They're risk adverse. And when Laurent goes out there, when Maj, when Wes, when Ofi goes out there with their sign, it gives them confidence in the investment long term. And that's what's really important. Long term confidence, right? Because those are the really sticky people. Just like we are right now. Long-term confidence, that is the really sticky people. And we will go parabolic. What parabolic really looks like is when people outside of crypto Twitter really start picking this up. As I said, this message of all will retire is built for people outside of crypto Twitter, everyday people. We aren't focused on catering to the needs of investors within crypto Twitter. And that's okay, because guess what? They will come. Real people, real retail people outside of crypto Twitter is like the holy grail. And the traders will come and continue to pump it up, and that's when we really go parabolic. When outside people start picking up the momentum of All Will Retire. And it will be really easy to see, because the whole design of All Will Retire is to make ourselves highly visible. To post on our Instagrams, to post on our TikToks, to post on our YouTubes. That's the best way for our message to spread, in addition to us engaging and networking with our local community as a trusted source. That's the way the world works. That's the way information is shared. We got this. And it will be really exciting long term when that happens. So thank you, Laurent, for coming up, sharing your story. Is there any other questions or thoughts you had? And while he talks about them, is there anyone else that wants to request a mic and get up here?
I want to say just then bye-bye. I'm a little bit tired right now,
Okay.
but I want to say hi. Yes, I will be here listening to you. And I want to tell you that we are going to work very hard. Not very hard, how much we can. How, and I think when we are commenting a lot when we started doing this, we actually find something that we like to do. We like editing videos.
Mhm.
We like maybe in future having a business for the merch, for the t-shirts, hoodies. Who knows what will come out of this project that we found that we find ourselves.
Exactly, and that's what's so exciting about this. There's so much raw potential because everyone's allowed to be biased towards action and develop AWR as they best see fit. It's really incredible.
Because
the
I
options are
think
limitless.
You literally gave us a name, a cult, a good idea, and we just need to realize to make something from it. We need it's so simple that you only need to put in your head you need to do something. You don't need to do nothing big, just do something. Try to improve it, and if I'm doing something little, someone some other in AWR holder is doing something little, and all of us 4,000 is doing something little, that's big, you know.
Exactly. Well, and so the idea is so simple of AWR and building a message that's built for everyday people outside of crypto Twitter, but it's that ability, that emotional utility that satisfies your emotional needs, that really enables you to be passionate about AWR and drive it forward. And each day, little by little, we grow. And it might be hard to measure on a day-to-day basis, but as Wes said, poker's all about getting to the long term to reduce your variance, to realize that you are a winning player. Same thing for All Will Retire. It may be really hard on a day-to-day basis to measure maybe our growth, but when we get to the long term, each day we keep going, we'll be able to see noticeable changes, measurable changes. And that's really important. That's happening because of your passion and other people's passion. So I really appreciate you, Laurent, for being here and being a passionate individual and working little by little every day. So thank you. Thank you for being part of this. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. I want to thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
I'm done.
All right, Laurent, have a good night. Mike.
You too.
Welcome.
Mike is the mic.
Mike's got the mic. How are you? Introduce yourself. It's good to hear your voice. I'm so glad you're here.
Same. Yes, it's nice to hear all your voices. First thing, my English is not very good. I come from one country in the world that has the one and only country in the world that has love in its name. I come from Slovenia.
Oh, I love that.
So, yes, that's a fact for sure. And my crypto journey is quite long. I remember my first big story. Mm-hmm. One of my coworkers was buying coin named Binance coin. Mm-hmm. And it was like $9 the price. And I was thinking about buying some, and I bought some, but the price was already 11. And I thought, I was late for everything. I was late for the party and so on. And I left it there. And I don't know, maybe it was 1 or 2 years later. One day I woke up and the price was $450. $50. And I was like, wow, is this possible? So to make the long story short, yeah, I've been in many projects, but more as a holder, trader, everything you can imagine. But what I wanted to say, I was only the observer, and AWR is really my first project that I'm involved in. I feel I'm part of it, and that my contribution matters. And it's beginning to become my lifestyle, because I'm thinking about it 24/7, engaging when I have 5 minutes and so on. Yeah, another fact, about my age. I'm also very young, like Wes, only 48. So, but I feel 20, like Loranis, yeah. My first contact with AWR is with Andrei Buhins.
Okay. Yep.
He's my friend here in Slovenia.
That's great.
By the way, I just talked to Andrei, and one important thing I have to share to all of you: be careful. Today, crypto is a very dangerous place. Andrei was, I think, losing his email today. Somebody broke in his email today.
Oof.
And somebody broke in his YouTube channel, I think, and so on. So just be careful out there, guys. One day I was talking with Andrei, and he mentioned me one of many coins, like he mentioned me before. And he was like, every day he was asking me, like, Mike, did you buy AWR or not? No, Andrei, I didn't buy it yet. Okay, I'll buy it. So next day we were talking, and and what about AWR? Yeah, that's twice as much worth it as yesterday. What? You know, when I came home, I bought some more, and another day some more, and the price went parabolic. But that was only the price, and then the real story began, and is still here, and I'm looking forward to be a part of this project. One thing that I like, because how I am, how I function, is the structure of the project. I don't know, Chris, is this all yours? Or no, but it doesn't matter. But it's very comforting for me, and I believe for many people here, to know what we can expect, what are next steps, what are our goals, what are our long-term goals, and so on. So it's good feeling. Yeah, it's good feeling to know what's coming, and we are here. We are here for long term, of course. And one image when Laurent asked, "What is the final goal?" In the moment, I could see us all living in one remote island, all happy and together. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. That's it. Yeah, from my side. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, thanks for introducing yourself. It's great to hear your voice finally. I think what's really important here to kind of think about is that I also think about All Will Retire 24/7, but All Will Retire is designed to fit your life the way you want it. I know we have people that don't have the capacity or the time that they can devote to All Will Retire right now, and that's okay. Maybe they will in the future. All Will Retire really is about respecting your real life, your family, your community outside of crypto Twitter. And if you do have passion and you do have time, we love that you want to partake and fit All Will Retire in your life the way you need it to be. And as we've talked about passion many times, if you don't know what to do, come talk to the community. We'll give you ideas. But coming back also to the goals, we have high level goals that we are able to map milestones towards, increasing demand from within crypto Twitter, outside of crypto Twitter, and becoming accepted as a medium for which to exchange utility. And so we can use those, everyone can use those as a developer of AWR to grow and measure their success by on their own. So Mike, for example, if you wanted to in your local community, you could, set a goal of, sharing the message of all will retire with 25 people, and then try to get 3 people to hold signs and then 1 person on board it, right? Because of the high level aspect nature of our goals, because we don't release roadmaps, and because we decentralize responsibility to everyone, as I said, every goal that you come up with that drives us closer to meeting those high level goals is a good goal to have, and it's something that you don't need to ask permission for. So I'm super excited and grateful that you're part of this community, and we see you out there, we see you participating, and I'm glad that you have passion for this and you're working on it and you're letting it fit your life the way you need it to.
Yes, and one other thing, when you asked Loran about the situation here at the Balkans and so on, and in Europe, but in Balkans is a very genuine situation because our national wealth and retirement funds are slowly disappearing.
I'm sorry.
So this is quite big story and important also for this region because we are not handled very well by our governments,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So All Will Retire, also helps empower you and gives you kind of that secure feeling, that security that you're able to take care of yourself without the need of government. That's great. I'm super happy to hear that, Mike.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, thank you for coming up. If you have any other questions or ideas, we'd love to hear. Also, if anyone else wants to come up and request the mic, go ahead. Why don't we try to limit this to about 15 more minutes so we can upload it to YouTube and not have it be 3 hours, and we can schedule another time to do this, maybe next week or the week after. But if anyone else has any questions or ideas or things they wanted to share, we'd love to hear. Go ahead, request the mic. Or if you're new here and you want to learn more, that's what this is about. I see some unfamiliar X names off Exley, Istalk, Nate, Gene. If you're new here and you have questions, we'd love to invite you up and hear what you have to say or answer any questions you may have. So go ahead, request the mic, say hi. Otherwise, I'll take that as an indication that this is a good time to wrap up. Oh, we got someone requested. Let's see here. Maj, all right. Get you up here. I got another requested. Approve. So Maj, I just approved you. You should be getting approval as a speaker.
All right, hello.
Hey, Maj, am I pronouncing your name right?
Oh, yes, it's Mai.
Mai, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're up here. I was butchering that. Hi, Mai, welcome. I'm glad to
I'm really
hear
glad
your voice.
to be here.
Hi,
Yes.
Mai. Yeah,
It's really nice to hear all of your voices. Thank you, Chris, and everyone for being really active with this project. I am really bullish on it, and it's really cool to see all different kinds of ages here being together as a community. And at the end, we will all retire together. So that's really cool.
yeah. So tell me what makes you bullish on it from your perspective.
All right. Yes. So this is the first community I've seen where real people show up, holding these signs, for example. That is a really cool and original idea. Of course, when we get more people to it, it's just gonna be iconic coin in the future, and
Yes.
it's gonna be amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And as I said, it was designed to be high visibility.
Yes.
Do you have any other thoughts or questions?
Yes. Earlier, you said you mentioned the white papers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if this coin will get them, or
Yeah, so the answer is, from me at least, no. Right. So this coin
Okay.
is supposed to, from what I guess I'm providing as a developer, as the founder, is emotional utility, is your emotional needs around identity, your ability to self-express and find community at a global scale is met. And I myself am not going to put any effort into providing technical solutions that I develop and build myself that try to justify additional utility that way. And that's typically where we see white papers come in. Typically, we see white papers from organizations that need to justify early valuations of tokens that aren't yet released to, one, attract and start engaging people early on before the release of the token. And they use that to gauge how to fundraise, how to raise money to develop those technical solutions. And that's typically how builders in the past have got paid, right? And so it's not that you yourself, Mai, couldn't go out and build a new service around AWR where you do try to justify your own technical utility using it and come up with your own white paper. But really much so, culture coins in general at large are really kind of like badges of honor, or like identification cards for being a part of a club per se. Being able to come back to it, identify, self-express, and find community at a global scale easily is really what culture coins are about. And we don't need to justify that. We don't need to write a white paper for people being able to feel that in their hearts, right? And so there's some edification that needs to happen. We need to continue to explain and help people understand what a culture coin is. It's a very much new concept, but we have familiar analogies and things to point towards. Bitcoin being the OG one, and Trump coin, whether you think it's good or bad or not, just his cultural draw, fascination that captures kind of the zeitgeist of the moment globally, with people being able to identify and self-express and find community, and people that like Donald Trump, that like America or conservatism, or like winning, because that's all his ex-post was, is really what culture coins are about. And so catering to those emotional needs is really what we need to do at the end of the day. And rather than release a white paper on it, we're just going to take action and start working on our Instagram, start working on our YouTube, start working on our TikToks. And as I mentioned, we need to make sure we have measurable metrics, each milestone, to verify that we're making progress in those areas. And if we find that we're underdeveloped in a certain demographic, we'll start coming up with a different approach and different metrics to measure our success in building up that demographic. So that's really where we'll go versus white papers that are try to justify, I think, utility before the release of a token, because we're already released. People can buy this.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, because this coin is going to be invested by people that actually believe in the coin and what will it do, instead of some technical analysis and stuff like that. So yes, you're right.
And so again, that's not to say that you, Mai, for example, if you are passionate about Web3 technology and you do want to build a solution around it, that you can't. Absolutely, you should if that's what you want to do. But as coming back to it, you're the developer of AWR. And if you think that your passion that you could drive into a Web3 solution that, typically might use a white paper up front, if it's going to help grow AWR, do it. No permission needed. but really it's got to be driven by the community for this to be successful long term, to build up that ecosystem of humans around AWR.
Yes, that is right.
Cool. Well, do you got any other thoughts, any other words, any other questions? I appreciate you coming up here and saying hi.
Oh, it's really good to be here. Thank you for
really good
allowing
to have
me
you
to
here.
speak. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. So we've been going for an hour and a half, and so I just want to appreciate, acknowledge everyone being here and say I appreciate you being here. I'm going to go ahead and conclude this Spaces now so we can upload it and time box it. If you have any questions, if you didn't get a chance to speak, we will be doing this again. And we're going to, as I said at the beginning, we're going to be trying to schedule some times to support our family members around the world in Europe and Asia who couldn't make it today. But you're always welcome. We always want you to say hi, to reach out in a Telegram, reach out on our X, and our Instagrams now too. As I said, we are real people with real emotions, real aspirations. The way this works is by making ourselves highly visible. Hit us up on Instagram, say hi, show us that you are human. We want you to be here. We want to answer your questions, and we want to celebrate you. So with that being said, thank you for attending our first community chat. I will try to schedule one of these again in the next week or two, but always reach out, always say hi. Super appreciative that you're here. Cheers. But always reach out, always say hi. Super appreciative.